All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I really wanted to ask the question, do you think this Sunday's game between the 1-1 Jets and the 0-2 Patriots is a must-win for New York? And I guess, everybody does have a different definition of must-win. I think some people kind of, throw out that term when talking about a potential elimination game, right? Think end of the season, we need to win to stay alive. Some people use must win in regards to like team morale. You don't want to go on like a losing skid. You don't want to, go on a stretch of games that could potentially define your season. Think back to last season when the Jets lost 6 straight games and they just couldn't. They just could not. They could not get a win. Didn't matter if it was home, away, night game, day game, who they were playing. They just would lose, right? And that was just absolutely embarrassing. It was brutal to watch the Jets battle for a playoff spot. Granted, we had a bunch of injuries, but battle for a playoff spot and be in a bunch of must-win situations and just drop every single one of them. So, again, is this Sunday's game? And it sounds crazy to say it, week 3. Is this a must-win? We know there's a lot of pressure on the season. We know the current situation with Aaron Rodgers and whatnot out for the season. It's going to be Zach Wilson. This is kind of where I stand on it. If the Jets go out there and look like they did against the Dallas Cowboys, I'm going to have an issue. Right, and what I mean by that is lack of preparation, lack of attitude, lack of fire, right? I felt like there were multiple areas in that Cowboys game where the Jets just struggled in, whether it's getting off the field on third downs, whether it's tackling, inopportune penalties, if we want to look at the offensive side of the football, pass protection, picking up third downs, sustaining long drives. I had a big issue with the play calling as well. Obviously, we had the turnovers late, so there was a lot. Dalvin Cook fumble. There was a lot of negative in that Cowboys game. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm concerned about. Now, I do believe that the Jets will get back on the right track this week. I know New England has the Jets number. I know Belichick also has Saleh's number, 4-0 against him since Saleh took over as the Jets head coach. Now, this is really what I'm hoping for, right? Today's Thursday, September 21st, game's in a couple days. I'm hoping after that Cowboys game, throughout this week of practices so far, that Saleh, that Ulbrich, that Hackett looked at themselves in the mirror and said, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I understand that Dallas is a good team. I understand that we were down Aaron Rodgers. I get that we were playing in Dallas. It's their home opener. It's our first road game of the season. But I mean, to roll out there looking like that and to have numerous deficiencies, to me, it was just a letdown. I want to use that game as a learning experience. Learn from the mistakes, right? Take what you did positively, move forward with that. Look at what went wrong, look at where the deficiencies were at, and say, this is what has to change. We are going to own the loss, understand that we're 1-1, and move forward and focus on New England. I do not want to see a lack of tackling against the Patriots. I do not want to see a lack of confidence or attitude or fire from this Jets squad. I know we can kind of dive into like the X's and O's stuff, game planning and whatnot with Hackett and the offensive line and pass protection. What's Matt Judon going to be looking like off the edge? How is Bill Belichick really going to use him? I do believe that based off of just Judon's natural ability, him being a versatile player, and how the Jets failed to stop Parsons last week, I think we're going to see a lot of Judon in lining up in different areas. So, of course, we can kind of take a dive into that, but I really feel like the whole argument of must win is more of a big picture. Again, I genuinely believe that we will see the best Jets performance of the season. I think we're going to see a revitalized Jets unit this Sunday. I think, not only was the Cowboys loss, humiliating, and that should fire the guys up to a certain degree, but what takes it over the top is all the external noise. And we've seen Saleh talk about certain things, what people are saying about him, what people are saying about his team in press conferences. We kind of even got like a little glimpse in Hard Knocks, right? He listens, he knows what people are talking about, and it does seem like a lot of people are coming down on the Jets, rightfully so, based off of that week 2 performance. But will Saleh use this external noise as ammunition to fuel how the Jets come out on Sunday back at MetLife Stadium, packed house, division rivalry game? I think it's going to be I'm really, really hoping for a lot here. And when we look at the term must win, personally, I'm more concerned with how the Jets come out of the game. I'm more concerned with our ability to get off the field on third downs. Do we look like we want to be there? I think that's going to be more telling about the Jets mentally, right? How do they handle adversity? That was another whole section on Hard Knocks that we got to see. Saleh talking about there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. How do we respond? How do we bounce back when things don't go our way? When we do get punched in the face, do we get up or do we just sulk on the ground? We got punched in the face last Sunday. Do we get up? Or are we just going to come out flat, lifeless like we did? That's the big question. That is the big question. I don't want to put my head in the world of the Jets coming out flat. I don't want to get that far. I'm trying to come into this game with a ton of positivity. I'm thinking that the Jets are really going to be fired up and they cannot wait to get back on the field. Again, that's just my opinion here. I'm hoping that's the case, and I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.